Oops, what I was saying was I'm close enough to the table edge I have a pretty good chance of my Grail Knights getting off the table and so therefore not being countercharged by the Graveguard unit. So Brett turn 2, we continue fighting over here and his Scorpion is killed. So things are going very well for me there. I'm happy enough with how this went. Didn't kill him on my charge, but I'm confident that he'll pop on his turn. And those skeletons are completely destroyed, so that went well. And I did not get 12 wounds. I forgot what I got. My guess is I got 9 or 10, which is funny the difference that makes, but basically there's one skeleton left. And he has him right in the middle, so both my units are tied in there, and now he's going to get a free charge with his pseudo Death Star unit that I've been trying to avoid. So that one, yeah, that was disappointing. I was really hoping for that to go well, but it didn't. And I think there was one skeleton left. There could have been more than one, but whatever. Let's go. So 2 Kings turn 3. The good news is that he declared the charge, and then he realized that he was on my front flank. Had he realized that before he declared the charge, he probably just would have moved up, and then during the magic phase would have tried to charge my flank. I would have stopped it, but his Casket of Souls would have been able to go off. So when all said and done, I don't know which would have been better. But the way it is, he charged the front, but his king is not in combat, and that's huge because he has the Destroyer of Eternity's weapon, and I don't need that thing hitting my guys. One thing he forgot to do that he could have tried is after he charged, he could have, during the magic phase, did a movement spell on that unit and moved his king into combat. That, again, I don't know what I would have done. If I would have stopped it or saved my dice to stop the casket. I probably would have saved the dice to stop this casket. So, anyway, he didn't do it, and that, you know, I mean, whatever. So there's another look at it. You can't even see the other unit. Stupid guy's still hanging around. During his magic phase, he raises more up. During the fighting phase, this guy pops, so those knights are free and clear. Another look at the board, and after combat, the skeletons are back down again, but otherwise we're locked in combat there. So Brett turn 3. On the right hand side, I have the right flank all wrapped up. My general's able to charge the casket, so that's nice. The Knights of the Realm were supposed to charge the casket. I'm sorry. The Knights of the Realm in the middle left were supposed to charge the catapult, but they failed the fear test, so they're standing there doing nothing, and I have to suffer through another round of that catapult shooting at me. Here on the left, okay, this was weird. Because I killed all the skeletons, my Grail Knights were no longer in the combat, and that's actually good for me. I'm happy with that. So what they did, they could see, barely, they could see the Hierophant on the other side of the wood. So instead of charging his King's unit in the flank, I went ahead and charged his Hierophant, because I know that when you play Vampire Counts, if you kill the Lord, their army starts crumbling and it's really good. So I figured, kill the Hierophant, the army starts crumbling, it's really good. Well, to make a long story short, Grail Knights killed her very easily, and it really didn't affect anything else in the game. The crumbling just didn't affect it. So, the Tomb Guards auto-broke the Knights Errant, but they got away safely. So, again, that really doesn't bother me. They have more than half. They have plenty of time to rally. Made a huge mistake with the Grail Knights. I killed the Hierophant, and I could have overran, but I didn't see a need to. So I stayed right there, figuring I'd turn around on my turn. But I forgot that his Tomb Guard unit has the free reform, so he's going to reform and charge my Grail Knights, and I couldn't flee away from him. Not that I would anyway, because they'd go off the board. So not overrunning was just kind of a silly mistake on my part. You can see my general, by the way, did not finish off the casket, but it's tied up at least. On his turn, he did his free reform. He charged my Grail Knights, so they're getting a rear charge by somebody they don't want getting into combat with at all. During the magic phase, he kills one of them, and I feel very fortunate that that's all he did. So the Knights Errant are fleeing because they lost combat last time for the Tomb Guard. The Knights of the Realm are fleeing because they got hit by the catapult, lost one guy, and failed their panic test. So not only were they not able to charge the thing and kill it on my last turn, now they're running away because of it. So that was unfortunate. And over here, he declared a charge with his skeletons into my questing knights. I looked at it and I said I was going to hold because it just looked like they were so far away. And when he measured it, it was so close. I almost felt bad, kind of saying that it didn't make it. He missed it by a millimeter. I mean, it was really, really, really close. So he had a failed charge with the skeletons with the prince. Again, I felt I got really lucky. He only killed 2 of my Grail Knights, captured their banner, and they ran away. But at least they're still alive, which kind of surprised me. Casket's dead, so that's nice. And on my next turn, I'm going to be able to charge his catapult. So I do. General's charging the catapult. My questing knights and my knights errant on the right-hand side charge the unit of skeletons with his prince. Both my units of knights rally, so things are shaping up very nicely. And my Grail Knights in the upper left-hand corner, they rallied. So after those charges, look at that. I have 2 nice full units. Not a single man died. Killed every single one of his skeletons. I have 1 wound on my BSB. He has 2 wounds on his prince. He's getting ready to pop. And that went very nicely for me. So after combat, I still didn't kill the thing. It's just amazing me that my lord charges into a catapult and I can't kill it. Oh, there. Yeah, I did kill it. On his turn, I killed it. On his turn in combat, yeah. So killed the prince easily enough, and then both units failed their leadership test on the curse that happens if you kill a Tomb King prince or king. And those units were completely full strength before then and just got wiped because of that curse. Yeah. But at the end of it, you know, I charged on my turn, both with the catapult and with the prince's unit. Didn't kill him till his turn. On my turn, I set up again, and now I'm not in a rush to charge into his last remaining unit, but I'm willing to if I can get a flank charge or something like that. So I'm just surrounding him. But again, he can free reform, do a full movement, and then charge during his magic phase. Of course, that's easier said than done because now I have Dispel Dice to stop it. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool picture. He was gracious enough to take this one for me. But he's got 1 remaining unit, and I've got him completely surrounded. That might be one of my favorite pictures of Warhammer right there. Thought it turned out really well. So he turns towards my Grail Knights because he knows they can't flee. He moves up, then he tries to charge. I stop it with my dice, and that's the end of the game. There was no point in me charging him. Only bad things could happen from it. And so I don't remember the points on this. My guess is it was about a 15-5 victory, maybe 16-4. I'm really not sure. But forgetting to move the Nobbler out of my deployment zone cost me a scenario point. Had I killed his Nobbler that's in this unit, that would have given me another scenario point. So one thing I'm very consistent about is in tournaments, I have yet to ever do well with scenario points. And so with this tournament, I have 2 solid wins, 1 minor loss. If you look at battle points alone, I'm tied for 2nd place in the tournament. I think there's a bunch of us tied. There's at least 3, maybe 4 people tied for 2nd place if you look at battle points alone. If you throw in scenario points, I'm in 6th place. So one thing I might need to get better at if I want to do well at tournaments. But anyway, 3 games, all of them fun, 2-1, pretty happy with it. Hope you enjoyed it.